Agenda 2030, how it affects the global economy and why it's important to you and your investments. It's an easy topic to ignore, right? Well, at least it was for me, but after I spent some time looking into it, I was shocked by some of the information I discovered. The concept of Agenda 2030 is a good one. The idea that we can all work together to solve some of the most pressing problems that are affecting the population today. But how do we work together? In order to make Agenda 2030 a success, we need to use our individual knowledge and creativity to bring forth ideas and solutions. However, will these solutions make us a better world, or just a bigger, more intrusive government? Further, why would a developed country such as Canada sign on to something like this if they already seem so happy with what they've got going on right now? United Nations member countries signed a document that will forever change how we live our lives. Agenda 2030, part of Sustainable Development Goals, or SDGs for short, is the blueprint for an all-out global war on poverty. But what does this agenda mean for the global economy? And why should you even care? Today we're going to go behind the scenes and expose what this agenda means for you, whether it's your hard-earned money or time, at work and in retirement or at risk. You'll be content with owning nothing by 2030. The creator of the World Economic Forum made some incredible predictions about the year 2030. International Organization for Public-Private Cooperation co-founder and executive chairman Klaus Schwab is quoted in the story's lead headline. In charge of organizing the Davos Summit, the World Economic Forum, is him. The title is based on a gentleman's prediction for the year 2030, made in 2016. Even while we're all seeing the effects of rapid change on a global scale, hearing such a certain prognosis, especially from someone with such a storied career, can ease your mind. An important life lesson for me was to cultivate an attitude of open-minded doubt. In this vast classroom of life, it means never giving up the search for answers and challenging every solution you find. Because of this, the dance between thesis and antithesis can only lead to synthesis. This is why I'd be pleased to share Mr. Schwab's 8 predictions and offer some commentary on each bullet point. As a result, you'll be thrilled about it, says the narrator. That's a resounding yes. Since our earliest days as hominids, we've craved ownership of some kind, whether it be a cave, a plot of land, a herd of animals, tools, furnishings, or a home. In the same way that animals mark the boundaries of their territory, humans desired to possess. We can't help but succumb to our innate urges. With all of life's turbulence, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity, it gives us a sense of stability. When we're engaged in combat, it's dangerous to stand with our back against a stone. We construct a safe haven where we may ignore our deepest anxieties. However, with the termination of the gold standard and the beginning of a worldwide money printing experiment at a global scale in 1971, inhabitants of the world have become the victims of a perpetual debt cycle. This system allows you to print more money than you have in gold or silver reserves, which leads to inflation and an increase in the amount of debt you have to pay back. Riches once reserved for monarchs and aristocrats have been made available to you, but at the price of your liberty. A new form of post-Renaissance slavery, economic slavery, was formed by the existing system, as a result of the colonization of less developed cultures and nations by more developed countries economically and technologically. Slavery in the current day is worse and longer if you buy things with debt. Ownership is predicted to be abolished by 2030, which necessitates more borrowing to buy anything. Furthermore, even if everyone rents everything from houses to furniture to computers to clothing, there will still be some people who own these things. We can be confident that they will be the huge businesses that are either in existence or will soon be a part of our daily life. What if they stop letting you rent or raise the rate? What if you have to give up your independence in order to raise your credit score in order to keep renting your current apartment? Those new systems could easily turn into a strategy of control and manipulation for the creation of a new wave of unconscious slaves who should act like good boys and girls to acquire what they desire. Isn't this a continuation of the feudal system from the Middle Ages? Consider the following: is that something you'd be interested in? When it comes to global dominance, the United States will not be it. A strong and interesting prediction, but it may happen. United Kingdom was the dominating worldwide power until World War II, when it was replaced by the United States. Before England, the Netherlands, Spain, Ottomans, Mongols, Persians, Macedonians, Romans, Egyptians, and Sumerians. Over the past 20 years, China has steadily grown stronger and has become a worldwide powerhouse. An important evidence of their growing dominance is their switch to the petro-yuan currency system in March 2018. AI experts predict that China will be the world's largest economy and the AI industry's dominant force by 2030. Because they have so much money, they're buying up businesses, minerals, and properties all around the world in order to establish themselves as a global force. Today's world is politically unipolar, although that is changing to become more multipolar. Since the fall of the Soviet Union, Russia's financial situation has improved and it is now pursuing its worldwide ambitions. Despite its growing importance, the European Union still relies on US military might to defend itself against Russian aggression. The threat of Brexit spreading to other countries is real. Germany, on the other hand, remains the EU's dominating power and is increasingly becoming a worldwide role. There is little doubt that the globe is evolving into a multipolar arena. You won't perish waiting for an organ donor because 3D printers will make them for you, according to this statement. It's becoming easier and less expensive to get your hands on 3D printing technology. Printing of essentials including food, tools, structures, and even organs has begun. What lies ahead? In the future, I believe it will be able to print the entire human body. You could print any human organ and have it transplanted into a patient in the not-too-distant future. Donors are no longer required. As a result, no one will be put through the agony of waiting for an organ or being given an organ that is the wrong fit. That would be fantastic if that technology were available to everyone, not just the wealthy. Because of the environment and our health, you'll consume less meat. Meat will become an occasional treat, not a staple, for the sake of our health and that of our planet. Using 3D printing, we could avoid the slaughter of animals by producing our own meat. Scientists will, I'm sure, find a way to improve the flavor. In recent years, scientists in Israel have been able to print flesh, albeit at a cost of $3,000. That's a certainty. Even such CD writers were formerly expensive. They are today considered ancient technology and can be purchased for as little as $50. We may be obliged to eat less and substitute other ingredients and beverages if food supplies become scarcer. To sum up part 1 of this series. So the Agenda 2030, it's not exactly the best kept secret in the world. The document has been around for several years and has been widely publicized. It is a political statement, it's not a legally binding document. So even if the UN does decide to adopt it by consensus, there are no means for enforcement or financial penalties for non-complying nations, something which many have speculated about, and rightly so. Now that we all have some background information on the Agenda 2030, let's get into the controversy surrounding this document in the next video. And in part 2 of Agenda 2030, I'll give you an idea how I think these policies are going to affect your investments and your future. Looking forward to part 2. Were you aware of Agenda 2030? Do you have any additional information that others should know about this topic? Let us know in the comments section below. Be sure to like and subscribe for more content to transform into smart money.